So I'm late to this, as usual with everything over the last couple of weeks. I'm sorry, I'm working off like 4 hours sleep a night and constantly napping, and I don't even like it's hard to explain, but we're gonna be late to a lot of videos, and we have been. So I appreciate all you guys that have been here for everything. But it's Caitlin Clark and Stephen Curry. Caitlin Clark and Stephen Curry, the least shocking, somewhat what seems like it's going to be a collaboration in history. If we're being completely honest, the least shocking one we have ever seen, because this is Caitlin effing Clark we're talking about. This is Caitlin Clark. This is somebody who we know has been compared to Stephen Curry. I don't see the comparisons really. I think Caitlin Clark is closer to Tyrese Halliburton than she is to Stephen Curry. I think Caitlin Clark is closer to Magic Johnson with a jump shot than she is to Stephen Curry. But at the end of the day, it's you've got Caitlin Clark, who is someone who's known for her range. Steph Curry was obviously known for his range as well. But you've now got Steph Curry shooting from the logo in Caitlin Clark's shoes. And that's like the first thing where it's like, yeah, from the logo. I will say this, where it's like, it is mad that the logo 3 is now considered Caitlin range. Like, we obviously had Curry range. More so than anything, we had Jimmer range. If we're being real, more so than ever, we had Jimmer range with that. As much as the Steph Curry range was a big thing, Jimmer range was, for me, Jimmer range was the phenomenon. That was the absolute phenomenon, was Jimmer range. Because what Jimmer was doing was like, it's weird because everyone was talking about Jimmer being the next Steph, but like Steph wasn't Steph when Jimmer was Jimmer. Like I genuinely think there's an argument to be made that Jimmer Fredette was almost Steph before Steph, because Steph was still like when Jimmer was doing all his shit, Steph was a year 2 guy with bad ankles. Like, we can't forget that, like, he was literally a year 2 guy with bad ankles. That was what Steph Curry was at the time. Either way though, I'm going off point. It's going to be very interesting because Caitlin Clark reposting, but also, do I have it here? Do I have it bookmarked? No. Do I have it bookmarked here? No. Oh my God. Someone deleted the tweet hyping up Luka Garza. Oh no, it's still there. Unless I got blocked by that person, which I very well could be. But yeah, so you see it right here. Caitlin Clark reposting, but also Stephen Curry's trainer is reposting. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that during kind of the off season in the WNBA, because you just never know. Maybe Steph Curry or Caitlin Clark won't show up. You know what? Actually, screw it. Maybe Caitlin Clark does show up at the NBA All-Star Weekend, because everything what Caitlin Clark has done is, oh, I want my first one to be at the WNBA. I want to do this. I want to do this to help the WNBA. I want to do this, and this to help the WNBA. If there might not be a WNBA, she might as well just show up to NBA All-Star Weekend for the 3-point contest. She might as well. It's only a month away, but like she just may as well. But it is a really interesting one to see what is going on when it comes to Steph Curry and Caitlin Clark, because this is the most obvious kind of collab ever. And it's a weird one where it's like, I do think that Steph Curry in general is going to be somebody that is going to get a signature shoe wherever he goes, because he's going to be bringing Curry brand with him. However, I will say this when it comes to Steph Curry, he's not going to get that signature shoe with Nike if he does sign with Nike in the next 12 months. Like, he might be retired before he gets that real signature shoe. So it's going to have to be a carry-on of the Curry brand and a long-term thing, which kind of is awkward when he's 37 years old. But at the end of the day, when it comes to it, you've got you've now got a player in Caitlin Clark who, you know what, maybe Nike could convince Caitlin to be like, you know what, maybe a couple of Caitlin Clark collabs with Curry brand. So, Steph's gonna wear the Caitlin shoe while he plays. It's like, we're not gonna get Steph's got 2 years left in him. We're not gonna get a signature shoe out in time. But for year 1, Steph's gonna play in custom Curry brand Caitlin shoes, and we're gonna sell the custom Curry brand Caitlin. Then the next year, Steph's gonna, in his final year, get his one signature shoe at Nike. and we're going to go and push that. Like something like that could be happening. And that would make sense from a Nike perspective because they already have the Caitlyn shoes. It's seamless. As much as we say it's seamless from it's seamless with, it would have been seamless, sorry, with Caitlyn going to Curry brand. It's also seamless with Curry going to Caitlyn's if Caitlyn's shoe is there. If he's going to play in a shoe and have a Curry brand PEs of a shoe that are for sale as the first kind of first launch of Curry brand under Nike, like it would make sense if it is Caitlyn's shoe. And I have a feeling like Steph Curry, all these posts by the trainer, by Curry's trainer, he's not dumb. Steph's smart with all this stuff, and Caitlyn's incredibly smart when it comes to some of the marketing. I just think she signed the worst shoe deal ever. But like, again, she signed it when she was in college. It was the highest shoe deal at the time. At the end of the day, people have to sign bad shoe deals. Like, if you're in early, you never get paid. You never ever get paid if you're in something early. If you're in something early and you're able to stick with it ride it out and stick with it while things are going well, you're going to get paid. However, if you're not going to stick with it, then you're going to be screwed. Like any of the WNBA, like Tiffany Hayes is the best example. She was superstar in the WNBA, retired in 2023, and she then decided to come out of retirement to play for the Aces. And I can guarantee you, she will make probably twice as much money from 2024 from after retirement as she made in her entire career before retirement in like 3 years after retirement, because she's probably going to get paid $1 million to play next year. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's an interesting one to see, because I do think something's brewing. Something is brewing when it comes to Caitlin Clark and Stephen Curry. And I think that we're genuinely going to see we're going to see something big coming. I really do. So what do you guys think in the comment section below? Do you guys think anything of this? Do you guys think this means something? Because it could mean nothing. It could mean absolutely nothing. It could mean everything. At the end of the day, it is just like, it is what it is, basically. It is just a shoe. It's just him wearing Caitlyn shoes, which are already the most worn shoes in the NBA. It could be absolutely nothing, or it could be the start of something big. And I don't know, with the way his trainer was posting about it, with the way Caitlyn herself was reposting it out of nowhere, it's very rare Caitlin Clark posts something that is to do with basketball for no reason. For no reason. Because at the end of the day, if she posts something nothing to do with basketball or tweets, it's probably just something she has in her head. However, most of the time she's there posting on Instagram stories, and it's not like a teammate. It's for a reason. But anyway, I'll see you guys.